Thank you, Jerry Lynn, and thank you, band and singers. Another good job, everybody. Thank you, guys. All right. You ready to launch into my talk today? I am, too. I'm excited. Here we go. You are a spiritual broadcasting station. Are you ready? Here's your affirmation. Go. I am the high-flying vibrational frequency of love and light. Today, I broadcast this message to all God's creation. That was funny. In the first service, someone said, I am high. And I went, good for you. That will be high in vibrational thinking, all right? And I told them, I was shared with first service last night, I don't know what got into somebody last week, but somebody, when they walked out, said, you know, Reverend Joe, what is your drug of choice? And I'm like, Prilosec. Isn't that everybody's at this age? I mean, come on. Would have had a different answer years ago, but now it's Prilosec. It's like, yeah, anyway. Okay. We are vibrational beings. We are constantly broadcasting into creative law the particular vibrational... Really? Seriously? Mid-sentence, even. Don't say that. We're not buying into that. We're retrograde free bubble. Thank you, God. There's a retro free bubble over here. Okay. We are vibrational beings. We are constantly broadcasting into creative law the particular vibrational frequency of our thoughts, beliefs, and feelings. Every feeling, belief, and thought has a natural vibrational frequency. Think about it. Every thought, every belief has a frequency to it, has a vibration to it. Positive frequencies, negative frequencies, positive vibrations, negative vibrations. Either way, everything has a vibration attached to it. So when you look at your life and you think about the things that you're thinking about, think about them creating a vibrational field or taking literally and expressing a frequency, allowing broadcasting a frequency by means of you. And people tune into that. Like Laura said, people tune into your frequency. I think high-level people, high-level vibrational people, what is going on with this? Never mind. High-vibrating people attract certain people in their lives, and they get that charisma and that energy, and they're like, oh my gosh, that's like so cool to be around that person because we enjoy them, and they're fun, and they're happy, and there's an energy. Conversely, we have low-vibrational people that are kind of like, you look at caller ID and go, oh no. No, not happening. Not happening, not right now, not today, no, later. I'm too happy right now to go down there. I mean, so you know what I'm talking about, right? You have those high vibrations, you have the low vibrations, and we all have this frequency that we're projecting right now. You're projecting a frequency all the time. You're projecting a vibration all the time. Just make sure that it is in alignment with what you want, and we're going to cover that. We attract to ourselves the same vibrational frequency we're tuned into. Much like a radio dial that tunes into a particular frequency, the verb tuning in radio context means adjusting the radio receiver to receive the desired radio signal carrier frequency used by a particular radio station. Remember the old days? Remember when we used to have the AM radios? Some of you may not remember. Well, most of us remember that. Most of us remember going like this with the photo, trying to crank our albums up. All right. Remember those? Remember you'd be trying to tune your radio in to get that certain channel that you wanted, but when you got around the channel, and then suddenly you'd hear the whisper of the station. You're like, oh, I think I'm almost there. And then boom, you hit the sweet spot. You're like, don't touch that radio. I'm on the spot right there. Remember those? Remember that, right? The universe operates the same way. We're constantly tuning into different vibrations, different frequencies, different radio stations. Think about it in your car. You've got in my car, I think I've got like 9, 10 presets where I hit a number and a certain channel pops up. You have a preset in your mind right now. They're called your patterns, your habits, and your behavior. Right? Those are your presets. So when I talk about your health, what's your preset that you hit? Do you say, I'm a healthy individual, or do you launch into a vibration that says, I got 1,000 things wrong with me. I got to go to the doctor next Wednesday. I got one on Tuesday, got one on Thursday. Oh my God, I got to get on this and I'm on that. Oh my God. I mean, is that your think about when you press the health button, what are you listening to? Are you listening to health, or are you listening to what's wrong with your health? When you press your relationship button, if you have one, if you want one, You better make sure when you're pressing that button that you are the person you want to date. You have to be the mirror of the one that you want. If you're desperate, you will attract someone who is great. Lovely. Don't come to lunch. That is not a lunch I want to be engaged in. Because think about it. What frequency are you hitting? What is your vibration around your finances? What is when you hit money, does it go, oh, I'm short on some, I'm worried, I'm fearful. Boom. Guess, you're broadcast, you're focusing right in on it, and that's the frequency. And when you fixate on the frequency, you're going to create more of it in your life. It just makes such sense, doesn't it? But we forget it, because how many of you would want to get rid of some of your presets? I would. There's certain presets that I have that I immediately, oh my God, I have the I am so sorry for myself preset. The pity party Joe preset. Oh. I think that's the sound it makes. Actually, I had 30 seconds to do that. I know I did really good this week on the 30-second rule. But no, I go, Is that really what I want to vibrate to? God is first cause is the original broadcasting station. Think about it, there's one original broadcasting station. Call it God, universe, whatever you want to call it, okay? Extending its vibration out into all its creation. To the degree that we tune our radio dials into the same vibrational frequency as the original broadcaster, in our thoughts, beliefs, and feelings, we demonstrate God's loving vibration in our own lives and ultimately the world. So when I tune into the original broadcasting station, then I'm tuned in and things are going to start changing for me and the people around me. Imagine if we all tuned in, like what I read with Dr. Holmes before we went into our peace song. Imagine if we all tuned in to a vibrational frequency of love, light, truth, beauty, and wisdom for our own country. Imagine a whole country doing that. No dissent, just love. Just love. However love is supposed to manifest, but just love. We don't get angry, we don't get upset, because that's a whole different channel. What if we all stayed on the same channel? How could we change our lives? We could change the world. I truly believe that we could change the world like that. Together, please. I am the high-flying vibrational frequency of love and light. Today, I broadcast this message to all God's creation. The laws of mind or spirit are not different than the laws of chemistry and physics. Metaphysics begins where physics leaves off. Let's start there. Metaphysics starts where the physics gives off. Metaphysics means above the physical. We have to know that the same scientific laws exist above the principle of science as it does with the principle of science. You can't rid yourself of the principles of science or the principles of mathematics. Think about it. Math is math. You either get it right or you get it wrong, right? In science, when you experiment, you either get the experiment right or you get the experiment wrong. You can't play with those principles and adjust them to your liking. They are what they are. Gravity is what it is. For some of us, it's been friendly. For others, not so much. But it is what it is. You can't deny doing what it does, right? You can't change it. You can't change it. It is what it is. Everything is movement. Everything that we take a hold of and analyze, all things in the physical world or the world of form are in a certain rate of vibration and are an effect. Everything is vibrating. Everything is alive. Even things that we think are dead are really not, because the atoms, the molecules are moving at a really slow pace. The chair you're sitting in right now is disintegrating in front of you. Careful. But you can't see it. But it is. It's just moving really slow. Thank God I don't want to buy new chairs. So everything is movement in your life. Anything in form, and here you go. Anything in form is movement. And because energy can change any energy, form can change form. So what looks like something that is permanent, it's really not permanent, because it's just a vibrational thing that can change its form. Oh, really? Come on. I'm working hard up here. You get with the program. Thank you. Jeez. All right. Form can change form, but sometimes we tune into a preset in our minds that said, no, it can't. This is the way it will be forever. And then, of course, what happens? It sits there in that vibrational field, stagnant by appearance, but failing to move, but it's still energy moving. Does that make sense? It's still there, but we've told it not to move, so it's not going to move because we have belief that it's not supposed to change. So as soon as you make a declarative statement that this is not going to change, expect it not to change because that's the radio station you're tuned into. Water, ice, and vapor are all the same substance. Remember that science experiment where they tried to convince you that the water and the ice and the vapor coming from boiling water is all water? It's all H2O, but different forms of it. Same thing. Water, ice, and vapor are the same substance, differing only in the rate of vibration. The highest vibration which we experience is from love. Highest vibration, lowest vibration. Think about it. When I walk into a hospital, while a hospital is a place of healing, a hospital has a lot of people who are very afraid of what's going on. Do you agree? And so while some people may have a context of healing, a lot of people are like, it's just a fearful place. The ER is a really fearful place. That's a very low vibrational field. For low vibration, and when you go in and your face automatically changes. You're not like, hey, zippity-doo. You're not walking into the ER like that, right? You're walking in because you're like, uh-oh, something's wrong. Something's wrong, and there's this energy. Something's wrong. Think about it. Love is the highest field that we play on. So when you're playing on the highest field, the vibrational field of love, then everything changes around you. So I ask you, where are you playing? Are you doing low vibrational thinking or are you doing higher vibrational thinking? You will experience and you will attract to yourself, because of the laws of attraction, wherever you are, that's what you're going to attract. Low level or high level vibrating people. Together, please. I am the high-flying vibrational frequency of love and light. Today, I broadcast this message to all God's creation. God is the original broadcaster, and we tune into its vibrational broadcasting frequency to the degree that we are into or aligned with it. We can purposely avoid a station. How many times, I remember there are certain stations I don't listen to on my radio. I avoid them. And with my new car, I can actually put a program in so it doesn't even pop up as an option, right? So many times, though, we are avoiding the original broadcast system because our life doesn't reflect the music that's being played on that station. Does this make sense? And so when we hear it, we go, well, that's nice for some people. But that's not what I'm experiencing. I'd rather go to the doom and gloom station and listen to it because that music sounds familiar to me. I know the words there. This is dirty. It feels dirty, doesn't it? But when we tune into the original broadcast system, love, light, truth, beauty, power, wisdom, peace, health, abundance, a balance, and order. When we tune into the original broadcasting system, the broadcasting station, then we're listening to the right music. I would like to think that what we share in this room is from the original broadcasting system, station, that we teach this stuff so you can align with it. You may come in with your stuff, and I may even give reference to the stuff, but that we ultimately end up on the right channel. So when you're leaving, you're on the right channel. At least while you're leaving. Can't guarantee what happens after brunch, but I got you at least at 11:50 or 11:55. All right? We're aligned with it. We've all walked into a room of people and felt relaxed and completely at home, right? We've walked into rooms where we're like, oh, this is going to be fun. I like this. There's a good energy. Or not even that. You're like, hey, it's all good. Conversely, I've walked into rooms where you're like, ooh. No, this is not going to be fun at all. My husband and I have a little code word. We don't say it, but it ultimately means get out. Now. Don't ask questions. Don't try me to just now. We're out. Once we say the word, we're like, see you, bye. Because we don't want to be in that negative vibrational field. And when you're in it, you feel it, you know it. You also know when you're the positive one. I hear this all the time. I just walked in the door of your spiritual center and I felt right at home. I hope people feel that when you walk in, especially your newcomers. I hope you feel right at home. We have laughter, we have tears, we have all the spectrum of emotions here. But we welcome you wherever you are to be where you are. We try to make it as comfortable as we can because we want you to feel like you're home, that this is your home. And that's why people feel comfortable here. A lot of people came in for the first time and went, you know what, this works. I'll come back here. Together, please. I am the high-flying vibrational frequency of love and light. Today I broadcast this message to all God's creation. Albert Einstein was actually a member of the Founders Church, the Center for Spiritual Living in Los Angeles. So Albert Einstein was a practicing science of mind person like you and I. He said this, Albert Einstein, for example, claimed no belief in the traditional God, but he sure as heck knew there was something a lot juicier out there in the cosmos. That juicier thing, he said, was all he really cared about. The rest, he claimed, was just details. That's the definition of religion. Any religion. The juicier thing. There's a power. And then every other religion tries to define it through their details. But when you think about it, if you just concentrated, like he said, I don't care about all the details around it. I only care what it does. So we try not to define all the details around it. We just try to teach you what that original broadcasting frequency is all about. Because that way you can tune in and understand it without all of the other things you think you're supposed to learn in order to understand it. And it's funny because in this room right now, I've got people who've been in the science of mind for decades, literally decades. And I have people who are here for the first or second week. And but both of them, all the ears are hearing, all ears hear where you are in relationship to your spiritual journey. So you can apply these words whether you're a beginner or whether you're an advanced person who's been here for decades. It all is applicable. And it's how you hear it and how you redefine it yourself. We don't tell you how to define it. Your brain tells you. Your brain system, your computer in your brain is redefining this for you. So we're kind of blessed to have the ability to do that. Love and all of its relatives, compassion, kindness, joy, and many more produce higher vibrations than those related to fear. So I want to talk about how we broadcast things. Laura mentioned something about broadcasting love, and when she said that, something dawned on me. I came up here and I wrote it around. Some people are looking for love, but they're looking for love out of necessity. I'll be someone when someone else loves me. That's the wrong vibration to put out there. You don't vibrate from fear or need, you vibrate from faith and desire. Because a needy vibration attracts a needy person. A fearful vibration in a medical situation produces what? More fear. You have to know where you're vibrating from. That's equally as important as the destination. Because some people are like, well, I'm vibrating health. Really? Because you're not talking about it. And if you're not talking about it, then you're not going to vibrate it. And you're not going to have it back in your world. You're not talking health. You're talking about avoiding health situations. You know, a friend of mine, I lost another friend last week. It's 50-some years old. And this guy was adamant. He would eat right, and he exercised and did all those things. And I'm tripling up on the bacon at this point. Now I'm like, okay, whatever. But anyway, just kidding. Relax. But I do love bacon. God made bacon too. Amen. Amen for bacon. Do I hear an amen for bacon? Thank you. All the vegans are going, oh, that poor pig. I'm going to fry it up. He did everything because he was trying to avoid certain health situations. I'm eating right so I don't get heart disease. I'm doing this so I don't get cancer. We all do this. We all do it. We all like, well, I don't want to eat that because I don't want this other thing to happen. That's the wrong energy vibration. Do you understand what I'm saying? You do it because it's the right thing to do to eat healthy. And you have to rid your mind of the subcontext, I'm doing it to avoid something else. Now you go, Think about that one. I'm serious. You got to think about that one because many times we think we're doing something. We're like, I'm eating healthy, because I'm trying to avoid this, and this. I'm exercising because I need to avoid this, and this. You know? No. That's the wrong place to come from. We do that because it's the right thing to do, not because we're fearful of something, because as soon as we do that, we're actually coming from a vibration of fear, not faith. Amen? Make you think? What can we do to change our frequency? Here we go. One day, a professor entered his classroom and asked his students to prepare for a surprise test. They all waited anxiously at their desks for the exam to begin. The professor handed out the exams with the text facing down as usual. Once he handed them all out, he asked the students to turn over the papers. To everyone's surprise, there were no questions, just a black dot in the center of the paper. The professor, seeing the expression on everyone's faces, told them the following: "I want you to write about what you see there." The students, confused, got started on the inexplicable task. At the end of the class, the professor looked at all the exams and started reading each one of them out loud in front of all the students. All of them, with no exception, defined the black dot, trying to explain its position in the center of the sheet. After all had been read, the classroom went silent. The professor started to explain. "I'm not going to grade you on this. I just wanted to give you something to think about. No one wrote about the white part of the paper. Everyone focused on the black dot. And the same thing happens in our lives. However, we insist on focusing on only the black dot, the health issues that bother us, the lack of money, the complicated relationship, whatever it may be, the disappointment with a friend or a loved one. The dark spots are very small when compared to everything we have in our lives, but they are the ones that pollute our minds. Take your eyes away from the black dots in your life. The black dots. People don't look at the potential around it. They're focusing on what's wrong, the black dot. And as soon as you focus on the black dot, where is your broadcasting coming from? The black dot. Is it coming from the potential? Is it coming from anything outside of that? No, just that one thing. Now, conversely, and I kind of get on myself a little bit because I'm always talking about, I always feel like when people come to the center, there's something they want to change in their life, make better in their life. But I also want to talk to the person whose ears are saying, look, I'm happy. My dot is pink. It's orange, it's green, it's whatever color you like. I got blue dots, I got green. I got dots all over the place, and they're fabulous dots. Give thanks for those dots. The way you keep those dots in place is you do focus on the ones that you want, and they'll multiply when you're grateful for them. Don't forget that they're there. Be grateful for them, because if you're not grateful for them, they seem to kind of disappear. Have you ever noticed? What you don't give grateful thanks for sometimes tends to walk away in your world. So, you got to make sure that you're focusing. Now, some of you, and myself, sometimes I feel like I'm wearing a polka dot. Like I have them all over, right? And people wearing polka dots are going, what a day to pick that outfit out, right? Oh, crap. Dee's going, wrong blouse today. But yours are white dots, you're okay. No, think about it. Think about what you focus on. You know, I have friends in real estate, and you know, when an escrow starts to hiccup, they focus on the problems in the escrow, and the client's like, oh my God, what's going to happen, what's going to happen? And the wise real estate agent knows that there's potential all around it to go ahead and get things done. We just have to go through the process of doing it. But so they tend to say, okay, the professional ones go, don't panic, it's going to be okay, we're going to be all right, we're going to get through this. Let's not focus on it, focus on the house, go shopping, buy a towel, right? Right? We can focus on our relationships that way. What's wrong with our relationship in the black dot? But are you going to fix the black dot by focusing on that? No, you have to look at the potential around it. You have to look at what's happening around it. We fixate on our black dots all the time. We throw black dots around, and then that becomes our focus point. That becomes your broadcasting station. That's where you vibrate, and then you attract more dots that look just like them. Yikes. Right? Does that make sense? Yes. So I want you this week, I want you to look at, am I focusing on the black dot here, or am I looking at potential? Am I focusing on the things that are not working right, or am I focusing on all the things that have abilities and possibilities to turn into form that can change my life and make them better? But as soon as you start fixating on that, it's like the preset on your radio station, it's like the preset, that's where the energy goes. Kind of freaky, huh? Because we all do it. We all do it. We all do it. All right. So here we go. So what can we do? Ways to create new vibration. Pray, meditate, play. Play. That's something that you don't hear very often. I play with my friends. That doesn't sound right. Every Sunday afternoon, most times if it's not like extremely hot outside, my friends and I, we go out, we dance. We dance, we laugh, we dance. No one's thinking about your problems when you're out there going, ooh, ooh. I mean, no, it doesn't, it can't enter in. It can't enter into the field because I'm too busy having fun, smiling, laughing, and listening to the music that I actually know the words to. It's a big thing too. All that stuff, that's what happens. There's that play there. And laugh out loud. Laughing out loud. What we do in here is actually a trigger. I love when we laugh out loud because when you laugh, your body's in this new state of aware. There's a vibration in your body when you're laughing, when everything actually is working well in that moment, right? So laugh as much as you can. I watch the same old Sandra Bullock movies and Julia Roberts. I laugh and I cry. I laugh and I cry. Laugh, 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 laugh. I have them on a loop. I make sure they're on a loop so that I don't get bogged down in the killing stuff. Just laugh. Find a reason to belly laugh. Love. Give. Give of yourself. Give and receive. In fact, after the offertory today, I don't want people running out during the offertory. There's something after the offertory we need to talk about. We'll talk about that in a minute. But give and receive. Give and receive life's good no matter how big or how small. It doesn't have to be huge. It just has to be in an energy field. And that's one thing I really work out. That's one thing I'm still working on. I share it with you. Just being in this moment, having lost so many friends, and I don't know why that's the trigger right now, but having lost so many friends the past 6 months, I sit there and I go, wow, Joe, don't put your good in the future. You got to live in this moment, because if you keep waiting for this good to happen, you're going to be just putting it off, and the days are going to go by, and you don't know when that's your turn to come off the cliff, You don't really know that. And when that happens, will you want to sit there and go look back on your life and go, God, I'm really glad I waited to be happy. You're like, oh, crap, I ran out of time. It's like, no, be in this moment. Find the happiness in this moment. Things may not be right in your world, but get your eyes off the black dot and live in the moment of the potential possibilities. Find the places where you can laugh and play and have a good time. Start talking to people right here at the center. Number one reason why people go to church: lonely. They want to meet people. Ask them out for pie or bacon. Cultivate awe and wonder. The word awe, awesome. Cultivate awe and wonder, something exciting in your life. If you don't have something like that working or brewing up, then I would say get to work on that. Place a dot of fun in front of you and go, what's that going to look like? Here are the possibilities. And make it a pretty little dot that you want to visit. Last thing, mentally practice the best case scenario. Walk with faith. Are you ready? Faith, acronym. One too many T's, but just deal with it. Feel as if the thing has happened. Faith, feel as if the thing has happened. Then I know that I know. Not from fear, come from faith. Fear is false evidence appearing real. Faith is feel it as if the thing has happened. That's where I want to walk. Stop the worst case scenario story. Worst case scenarios are more black dots. And you will vibrate to that activity because the worst case scenario is the one you put down. Well, what's the worst that could happen? Well, boop, you're going to get it. You're going to marry him. Or her. Hope you have money for the lawyer. So let's review. We are radio wave receivers and broadcasting stations. That's a given. We are united with the vibrational frequency of our Creator. The law always says yes, returning us to an exact match of our broadcast. Not its broadcast, our broadcast. We receive the goodness of the original broadcast to the degree that we tune in to its vibrational frequency. We can tune on our radio dial to any station we choose. We are already one with the great loving vibration of the Creator, and we activate that in our lives by giving it our attention. By consciously tuning into the things that are loving, kind, and inclusive and joyous, we vibrate at that level and activate that frequency in our lives. Gratitude, compassion, service, kindness are all ways of tuning into the highest vibration available to us, and that is the vibration of love. There's a lot of words today. Grab the PowerPoint on your way out, worthy of another conversation with yourself or with other people. Take it to lunch and talk about it. Take it this week and review it. And look at that little white thing with the dot and go, where am I on this? You are a broadcasting station. Be responsible for what you're broadcasting. Finally, together please. I am the high-flying vibrational frequency of love and light. Today I broadcast this message to all God's creation, and so ends your lesson. Thank you, everybody.
I was thinking too, when you were talking about the colored dots, I was thinking of that Skittles commercial.
I know, yeah.
Share your Skittles.
Yeah.
So anyway, those call the ushers, please come forward. And those of you that are live streaming, don't forget there's a donate button there.